Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another episode of Jordan Card Collecting with Zach. I'm changing the title. I'm adding with Zach on there because I'm not doing these videos without you. I mean, I do a million videos on Jordan Card Collecting, but just so people know, this is kind of your journey and your story and your questions and our answers and just kind of sharing what you're doing. Zach, welcome to the show. It is we're filming this on Tuesday, March 7th. I'm not sure when you guys are going to see this. It'll probably be sometime the week of March 14th. So we usually film these about a week in advance. But Zach, welcome to the show. What's up?
Thank you, man. Nothing much.
Okay, I've got an itinerary. We've kind of gotten organized. So here's what we got for y'all on the show today. And stay tuned till the end because we're going to go in some sort of semblance of an order. First, we're going to talk about Zach's sales. Zach sold some cards to build some funds. Somewhere along his journey, he changed his mind on a couple of PSA 10s and some Soaring Stars insert, maybe PSA 9s and PSA 10s, and decided to move some of those. To build funds to buy bigger and better Jordan BGS 9.5s, as we've talked about on prior episodes. So that's first. We're going to talk about Zach's sales since last episode. Then we're going to talk about a crazy Jordan sale that Zach spotted. This is kind of the cards in my wheelhouse. But Zach texted me last night. He's like, "Did you see this crazy shit?" And I was like, "No, what is it?" And I clicked it, and I was like, "Hold on a second. Let's look at that together." So we're going to look at it. We're going to dig into it. We're going to figure out if it's legit or not. And I'm not an expert on that, on figuring out what's shill and what's not, but we're going to do our best to figure it out. We may look like idiots, but at least the people watching can kind of chime in and comment and let us know what we're missing here. Third, we're going to talk about Zach's pickups. You picked up 2 Jordans since the last time we did episode number 7. Then we're going to talk about the legacy that I'm going to trade to you. I've got a BGS 9.5 Topps Legacies that I'm going to send your way in a trade as soon as you or a trade or a purchase or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. And then we're going to real quick whip through the cards that I've picked up in the last few weeks that have hit my PWCC vault. And you're going to see those same cards on mail days. So this is going to be real quick. Like we're just going to whip through real quick. And really the only reason I'm doing it is I want to just see if anything in there kind of catches your eye. You know what I mean? And if you have any questions about any of the stuff that I picked up, most of my stuff is going to be PSA 8s. There are some PSA 10s in there, but I've been trying to build that little budget PSA 8 collection. So that's our itinerary. The last thing we're going to do, and you need to watch till the end, Zach made a commitment to the viewers of the channel and the listeners. He's going to give away one of those Michael Jordan milk cap PSA 10s, which at the end we'll screen share it. We'll show you what you guys are doing. I'm going to give you a trivia question that you can only get right if you've kind of been following my channel since the jump. So we'll see who was paying attention and who wasn't, or who can use Google. I guess I didn't think about that. So maybe we need to. Maybe I'll alter the trivia question a little bit now that I think about it, because you could just Google it. But we've got a trivia question, and whoever comments first in chronological order is going to win that PSA 10 Jordan milk cap at a value. I think it was a $10,000 milk cap. Is that about right?
Yes, something like that.
Somewhere just shy of $10,000. I can say that safely and be within the framework of it. But that's it. So let's start, Zach. Let's start with your sales. Show me what you sold, or tell me what you sold. I can pull it up, or you can screen share, whatever you think is easiest.
I will screen share. Let's see. So, all right, here we go. So PWCC organizes it by the cards I sold in the weekly 59s. Like you can see all the other auctions I've sold in or going to sell in. I'm selling sold these in 59, which is closed Sunday, March 5th. You see it there.
Yep.
So, and then also the current bid price is what people are bidding. If you actually click it, it actually shows with the 20% added.
That's right.
So again, this is just what I'm netting because I don't really care. Oops.
Yeah.
Where am I? Here we go.
Yeah. So what Zach's saying is, and for those of you not familiar with the PWCC platform, or really any, Golden, I think is the same way. So there you bid, and then on top of the bid, there's a 20% what they call buyer's premium. So you'll add 20% to whatever the final winning bid is. So 20% of 90 is $18. So the final sale price is $108. Buyer pays $108. But $18 of that is the 20% buyer's premium. With PWCC, the seller, Zach, gets a percentage of the buyer's 20% buyer's premium, depending on what the card sold for. The more your card sells for, the more of that 20% buyer's premium Zach takes home. Now, the ones on the screen are relatively small item cards, so they're selling for just shy or just over $100. So Zach's going to get, I think, maybe 5% of the 20. Yeah, so he'll get all of the what they call the hammer, which is the final sales price, and then 5% of the buyer's premium. If Zach's cards were like 450,000, Zach will get a much larger percentage of the 20%, right? And that's sometimes even negotiable. So final sales price is 108, but in the second column you can see Zach's net. So that's what Zach is actually going to be transferred from PWCC into Zach's account, is that 92 seller net.
Right. And it's nice that they put it out here for you. It shows you how many items you were selling, and it sold for that amount. So it's really beneficial because you don't have to add all this up. But so we got the Jordan PSA 9, which he didn't want sadly because it was a 9 and not an 8 or a 10. But sold for 90, I guess 108 technically. Ray Allen.
Hang on. I want to take you back to my screen share. I've got it pulled up. There's the Jordan. There's the PSA 9, right? That's the card we're talking about right there. Right. I mean, it did well, Zach, on PWCC. I mean, there's the last month. Let's do the last 3 months. There's the last 3 months. You just sold the highest. That's 108 right there. That's the highest it sold for in the last 12 sales in the last 90 days. So I consider that a huge win, right?
Right.
Now, there's a saying in the hobby, rising tides lift all boats. So do you want to take a detour now to look at the PSA 10 that just sold? Or do you want to wait?
We can. It's okay.
Let's take our detour because it's important. Because it may or may not have led to this. But what order did it happen in? Let me look at this real quick. Yeah, it was the night before. So this is what Zach sent me a text of. This anomaly right here. We got the PSA 10 Soaring Stars. And I hate to keep, hyping the hell out of these Soaring Stars. I do have a few copies of them, but it's important. So Zach sends me this. This card has consistently, let's switch to 3 months, 400, 430, 400, 385, and then it jumps to 585. That is a massive jump. Like that is a massive, massive jump in a month. And I don't know how to explain it or whether it's valid or not. But the first thing you want to do is what I was getting at is the PSA 10 sale on March 4th, right? Which you can see right here on your screen. This is a March 4th sale, happened on eBay. As you can see, when you click view all sales, Zach's PSA 9 sale happened the very next day. So the PSA 10 sold Saturday. Zach's PSA 9 sold Sunday in the PWCC Weekly Auction number 59. The day after. So maybe someone saw that PSA 10 jumped so much and said, well, hell, if the 10 jumps, usually the 9 follows. And maybe that's what they did. Either way, Zach, you did a great job, man. Selling for $108 is, I mean, that's more, I'm assuming that's more than you paid for it.
All right. We'll go back to what I'm selling.
It's got to be. I mean, unless this was you. Were you the 150? I mean, Zach, that's the highest it's gone in like 20 sales going all the way back to October.
What's the second highest bump, like the second mark?
Here?
I think that might have.
You weren't buying in September?
No, I bought this in like 2021. Which might
you bought it way back? Oh, yeah, then you're upside down. Sorry.
I'm upside down. No, but not far. I think I did pay about $150 for it, so not too bad.
Yeah, well, it's a card you didn't want, and now is now. And so comparing yourself to 2021 is like that's nobody's going to have any fun if they keep doing that, including me, especially both hands raised. So maxing out at 108 is the best sale in the last 20 sales, man. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Right.
So I think that's a good sale. But getting back to the 10, do you want to look at kind of show how we can look at bids? Let me just show people. A lot of you guys already know this, and I am not an expert at this. Usually I just kind of look at – I'm just more of a big picture guy, but this is kind of how it works. So we've got view all sales pulled up. You'll click the sale itself, and this is what comes up, the eBay listing, right? Card Ladder links you straight to the eBay listing. We want to know if this was a legit sale. So we're going to click these bids. It's a hyperlink right here. It says 36 bids. I'm going to click that. It's going to pull up all the bids. I'm going to put in show automatic bids. And then you can kind of look at when the bids came in. They don't give you the exact identity of who the bidders are, but they give you the first and last number in their identity. And then they show you in parentheses how many transactions they have on eBay. So usually if you see huge numbers of transactions, it's probably not a shill bidder. Like, it's probably not a dummy account, I should say.
Right,
I shouldn't say it's not a shill bidder, but it's not a dummy account. But then, even then, you can go further. Like, this is the dude that won it. And Zach and I said he didn't show up until about 4:25. That in and of itself is not very suspicious, right? I mean, oftentimes people favorite it. They have an eBay setting on their phone. Let me know when there's 5 minutes left. And then they jump in and start screwing around with it. Well, this guy jumps in 13. This guy right here jumps in kind of at the 400. He wins it at 585. So you want to know if he's legit. He's only got a 13 rating. It's kind of rare that somebody with only a 13 rating would buy a $600 Jordan PSA 10 insert like this. That seems odd to me.
Right.
But he's got other bids. You know, it shows you what other types of stuff he's bid on. It's all sports cards. It shows you his 30-day bidding history. Going back, even before him, this other person had it bid up to 575. Could they be working in tandem? Maybe. I guess it's possible. I don't know. There was a third bidder involved with a 6,000 rating back here at 405. This second bidder who got second and bid it all the way up to 575 has 72 transactions, 100% positive feedback. So that's a good sign, although Schiller's could kind of disguise that as well. And this is the only thing he's ever bid on from this particular seller.
Right.
Again, I'm not an expert. I might be missing something. This is not my area of expertise. It's fraud and deception and cheating and collusion or detecting that. That's not what I like to talk about. But this person looks to me to be legit. Somebody comment and tell me if I'm wrong and I might be missing something. But this 5% here makes it look like this guy has only one time ever bid on anything that this particular seller is selling. So at least maybe it's the first time he's been asked to shill bid for this seller, but he hasn't shill bid for this seller in the past because this percentage would seemingly be a lot higher. And he's never had a bid retraction, and he's got 100% feedback. So I don't know. Seems legit to me. And if it is, that's a great sign. You know, Jordan inserts are starting to move again. It's good. It's a blessing and a curse, right? Getting back to you. All right.
No, you're good. So I think this card, somebody got a steal on this one. It was the Ray Allen PSA 10. It's
sorry. Let me get back to your screen. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
Novice. Yeah.
This card here. I think somebody stole this.
Yeah.
PSA 10 Ray Allen Soaring Stars.
Pop 2.
Pop 2, second year. I mean, it's a pretty big Ray Allen card. I hope that went to a nice Ray Allen collector. I hope that wasn't just somebody trying to flip it.
Or set collector.
Set collector.
Yeah.
The KG PSA 10 went for, I guess, let's see, $74.40. Another steal, I think.
Yep.
The Kobe, which is probably the biggest one outside Jordan, sold for $162.
Kobe 10. Let's look that up. You keep going.
Okay. The Ray Allen 9 went for $10. Pop 4. I think that's another good steal.
Probably,
the Kobe PSA 9 went for $32. The Charles Barkley, this is the high flying parallel. Pop 2 went for a whopping $9.
That is not good.
The Soaring Stars high flying of Kevin Garnett and PSA 9 went for $40, which doesn't make sense. You'd think Barkley might be closer, and then this one was just another one I threw in, the 1997 Upper Deck 3 Kobe BGS 9.5 that I had laying around. Decided to send that one off. So.
And this is the danger with PWCC, right? And I told you, guys, I love PWCC. I love to buy on PWCC. And I oftentimes, and I have in the past, sold on PWCC. The one thing you cannot sell on PWCC is, unless you're just willing to take it, is cards that are off the radar. That Ray Allen Soaring Stars is more valuable than that. If you'd have listed that card for $100 or best offer on eBay, you'd have done better. But then again, you'd have to wait for it, right?
Right.
The Barkley High Flying PSA 9 is not a $9 card. We know that. And it's just a deal where there's so many damn cards on PWCC's auction, and there's just not enough eyeballs like there is on eBay. Like, those are cards, and I learned my lesson, over the last year or so, a little bit over a year, is what I can and can't sell. If you want to sell a 1986 Fleer PSA 8, 9, or 10 on PWCC, you're fine. You're going to get market. So we see Zach set, the highest in the last 90 days on his Jordan Soaring Stars because everybody's searching Jordan. Jordan PSA, Jordan PSA 9. Those are things people are searching. You're going to have enough eyeballs where that's not going to slip through the cracks. The Kobe kind of surprises me. That wasn't a great sale. It was, on my screen. I've got it pulled up over here. I mean, that Kobe sale is yours right here. We said 162, right? That's you. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, I think that was me.
Yeah, 162. The one before that was 190. The one before that was 260. Now, that's also a factor of Kobe's market going way the hell down. Kobe's has been getting beat to hell. Right. That's not bad. But the Barkley going for 10, like that hurts, I mean, that's money that, if we were patient, I'm not a patient guy either, but if we were patient and put it for sale on eBay or best offer, we'd have done much better. But again, you're splitting hairs. You're talking about $20-$30 here or there. But
let me ask you this, because I know people might want to know, is that a card that would have done better if I sent it to Probstein?
Yeah, I mean, it would have done better. It can't do worse. I mean, it's $19 to grade a card, so you can't do worse than $9. So would it have done better with Probstein? Hell yes, because more people would have seen it. I wish I knew the magnitude of how many more people see a 10-day auction on eBay than a 10-day weekly PWCC number 59 auction.
Right.
I'm going to guess for cards like that, I bet 100 times, maybe 1,000 times as many people see it, Zach. It's going to be a crazy number. Comment below. How many more people put eyeballs on that Charles Barkley Soaring Stars High Flying PSA 9 if Zach puts that on eBay on either his own account or on Probstein, then would see it on PWCC Weekly number 59. Those types of cards, you can't use PWCC Weekly Auction for those. You just can't do it. And I only say that not as a know-it-all. I say it because I've taken that beating and I've run it up the flagpole too many times. Right. That's one of those deals where I wouldn't even have sent it to Rick either. I would not have sent that card to Probstein. That is a card where I would have done my own research on Card Ladder, listed it for sale, buy it now or best offer, and just had to be patient. There comes a point where it's just okay, that's just too bad. Like, I know you want money now, but like that one's not going to work. So Jordan, it doesn't happen that much because so many people search Jordan. So many people are searching PWCC for Jordan, and Kobe also for the most part. But Barkley is just one of those neat, you need a niche collector, and that's a rare Barkley card, man. That Ray Allen PSA 10, that's a freaking rare Ray Allen PSA 10 that most people aren't going to want to buy a bunch of raw of and try to grade themselves. And so you need to catch those guys. I would go Instagram first, and then I would go eBay, buy it now, best offer.
Yeah.
Or both at the same time. If it sells on Instagram, you just yank it off eBay. And here's the deal. You can leave it in your vault. You can rip the pictures, post it on eBay, and then when they buy it, you ship it straight from your PWCC vault to whatever if it goes to the authenticator, you ship it there. If it goes to the buyer, you ship it there.
Right.
That's a great lesson there. So go back. God, okay, go back to your let's go back to your screen share. Okay, so we're done with your selling.
Yeah, that was all everything sold.
Okay. And we talked about our crazy sale. The crazy sale is this Jordan Soaring Stars PSA 10. It jumped to $585 from $385. You guys comment below. We looked at the bids, we looked at the story, we looked at the seller, we looked at the buyers, percentage feedback and things like that. You let us know if you think it's legit or not. Is $585 a legitimate jump from all the way down below 400 or not? I mean, it's a huge jump.
Right.
But maybe it's just time for Jordan cards to start jumping again. I don't know. Let us know in the comments below. Either way, it's interesting at least to discuss. Let's talk about the ones you picked up because that's what people I think like the most. We want to see the cards that you picked up. So I'm gonna switch over to your screen, Zach, and let's roll with it. It's like a Skybox Premium. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So this is a little baby Jordan. It's nothing crazy. It's his base card in the Skybox Premium set. I think we may have talked about this one last week, but I won this on an auction. I mean, it's Pop 54. So it's hard to turn down $100 low pop Jordans, right? I mean, so
Gym slabs. You're right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so and let's see. Let's do 1 year. So it sold 3 times in a year, 78, 115, and then I was about right on at 114.50.
Yeah,
so
you're right on. You're right on.
Too bad about that one.
Yeah. Here's the 2 year. I mean, the 2 years pulled up right here. The card was $250 at one point. You bought it for 40%, basically, a little bit over 40%, 45%. So down 54%. Again, everything's down. We know from 2021, but that's where it's been. Has it ever been higher? Let's see. Nah, 283. So the card's been 283 before. That's the peak. If you get rid of the crazy peak and you just go back, let's go back to like 2019 because that was before chaos ensued.
Right.
$50 card. The card's up, $65, something like that. So
right.
That's about what I would expect. If we could just get rid of all these crazy mountains in here and have a steady line, it would calm people down and reduce a lot of anxiety and a lot of regret and a lot of excitement, and people could kind of make better educated decisions. Show me the second one. What's the second card you picked up?
I was gonna see if you could guess it. Can you guess it?
Oh my God! How am I going to guess it?
Because it's one of your favorite Jordan cards for a specific reason.
Warp Speed?
No, it's not an insert. It's a base card.
Jordan base.
Very low end.
Not the baseball. Not his first baseball card.
Not his first baseball.
Not 91 Upper Deck baseball. I know you didn't pick up a 9.5 Fleer rookie card. Oh yes, the Skybox. The Sky. I love it. Okay, yeah. That's one. Yeah, we could definitely talk about this one. Yeah. That's awesome. That's a great pickup. I love it.
You pull it up? Or you want me to do
I'm gonna pull it up for you. Is yours working? Okay. Yours not working?
No, I can do it. I just thought you wanted to talk about it, but I can. So I picked it up for $110.50. Pop 175 cards. I mean, not crazy out of this world pop. I know there's a crap load of them, but I guess not in 9.5 condition.
Yep.
Pretty much starting to level out here. This one's 101, 84, 102, and then mine for 110. So not a big jump, but I did jump a little bit.
Look.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, there's so many charts like this, Zach. If you look at it over 6 months, it's either flat or down. And if you look at it over 3 months or 1 month, it's starting to move. There are cards like this in this price range, affordable Jordan cards that are starting to move. And it's a fact because I'm losing these auctions. I'm winning them too. But when I win them, I'm paying, oftentimes more than the last comp. It's the only way I'm winning them. And there's people right there nipping at my heels. And then more often than not, I'm losing at a little bit over the last comp. So there is movement in cards like this. There's the BGS 9.5 up 30% over the last 3 months, partially thanks to you. It went from 110 to 102 to 110, paying $8 premium for a card that's not really that high a pop. It's not a big deal. PSA 10 is perfectly flat. It was up a little bit here, but it looks like it's perfectly flat. I wonder what the PSA 9's doing. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. PSA 9's actually up. It looks like it went up and then down, but good Lord, that's volatile,
that's a crazy chart. Yeah.
That's a crazy chart. I don't even look at that. It looks like an old man who just got off the treadmill getting his heart checked at the
Look at the difference in the pop, though. What is that, 6,000?
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the deal. Let's hit it. I mean, we can look at it. There's 1,300 PSA 10s. There's 175 BGS 9.5s. There comes a time where, there could be more BGS 9.5s, but people are not submitting that card to Beckett anymore. Right. Like, I bet you 90% of those Beckett 9.5s. Well, look, we can do it. Let me show you how you can do it on Card Ladder. People know this by now, probably. If we go to BGS 9.5 and pull it up, and then we hit the little icon here, we can scroll. Now we can see all the Beckett information, the gem rate. It's almost the same as PSA, how many there are, what it last sold for. There's Zach's sale, 110.32. But if we go down here, it shows you how many have been added since way back in June 3rd, my birthday, in 2021. So since June of 2021, which is 21 months ago, it's only jumped 25. So 150 of these were graded pre-2021. And I bet 125 of them were graded pre-2015. I bet you they were graded way the heck back when Beckett was the top dog.
Right.
So you know what's something funny? And a buddy of mine in a group chat shared an auction listing from 2008 with me today, Zach. And it said it was a PSA 9 like Maurice Lucas card. And the listing said, in the listing description, the title, it said, card will cross to BGS 9. And it was from 2008. And that just goes to show you, back in 2008, people were crossing the other way. People wanted to cross PSA to BGS. People were crossing 86 Fleer Jordans from PSA slabs to Beckett slabs because that was the grading company people wanted their cards in. Right. And so it just goes to show you how much can change in the hobby. And anytime you think you know where this is going, you don't. You may make educated guesses, but you don't know because nobody in 2003, 4, 5, 6 would ever have guessed PSA was going to take over the world like this.
Right.
So who knows where it's going in the future? It's interesting. I don't know. Okay, let's keep cranking. What else?
Okay.
So those are the 2 you bought. Okay, 2 base pickups. It's kind of catching your breath, letting your sales go through, getting some money into your account, and then maybe we make a deal on the Topps Legacies. I'm going to pull up the Topps Legacies here real quick just to kind of remind everybody of the one that Zach's going to be messing with.
And that was what made me look up the value of the Soaring Stars, because I think we said we're going to do money trade or just value trade for that, and then I would pay the rest in difference. But this one, it jumped a little bit, right?
It jumped. Yeah, it jumped a little bit, but not as much as the Soaring Stars. This one jumped from 900. Somebody bought it on February 28th for a penny shy of 1,000. And I told you we'd get a deal done for 900 trade value. So I'm gonna honor my commitment, and I'll take your Soaring Stars at trade value, and then and apply it, and then we can do cash for the rest. And so we're close. We'll get that deal done before the next episode, probably.
Yeah, before that.
So sure. Beautiful card, just a freaking awesome card, dude. Love this card. It's gonna be
70.
It's gonna be a good one to add to your collection. That'll be, I think, your second 4-figure, because it's right at 1,000. We're gonna call it 1,000. Yeah, your second 4-figure card. That's gonna be a good feeling to put that in your collection. So we'll be good there. We'll be good there.
And then yeah.
Okay, so my pickups. You want to look at some of my stuff real quick and see if anything catches your eye. I've got them pulled up. I made a link here. This is my slideshow. A lot of you guys may have seen these in mail day, or will see them in upcoming mail days. We'll go really fast. Sticky Fingers, Topps Chrome. You know about this. You've seen this. We've talked about that card. Let me make this a little smaller so the card fits on the screen. There we go. Okay. Next, we got our Upper Deck MJ3. Remember, that's the 3-part. That's the middle part with the at the top.
Is that an expensive 3 cards? Sorry.
What's that?
Are those pricey?
In PSA 10, yes. In PSA 8, not at all. Not at all. In PSA 10, yes, they are pricey. Especially, they go in order. The MJ1 is a die cut on the left, and it slopes right to left, and it's on the left side. It kind of makes an oval like that. So the MJ1 is the left, and it's expensive, and it's like pop. I don't know. It's the highest pop. Then this one you're looking at, MJ32 in PSA 10, is the next most expensive, and then MJ33 is also die cut, sloping left to right. And that is by far the lowest pop and by far the most expensive. So it goes least expensive to most expensive, left to right. 1, 2, 3 in that order. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about those cards until I, kind of recently looked at them. So I'm starting to educate myself on those as well. And then, of course, second year hoops here. Jordan PSA 8. This was probably a $11 card in the slab. Great pickup, nice and easy pickup from a PWCC Weekly, just to check it off the list. The Jordan Nemesis, 1995 Stadium Club, Jordan on the front, Dumars on the back. Needed that in a PSA 8, picked it up. I think it's an ugly card, but to each his own, and it's an important card, and it mattered to me, so I picked it up in PSA 8. I don't think I have that in PSA 10. I need it. And then the Topps. So we looked at the Topps Chrome was the first one. Right. There's actually also a Topps Season's Best Sticky Fingers card number 18. I personally like Topps better. Topps, the texture looks better. It's a little brighter, a little bit whiter. It's got the wavy crap in the background. I think this one looks better than the Topps Chrome if you look at those two side by side. Again, PSA 8. Here's a PSA 10 actually that I picked up. I had it in PSA 8 already. I needed it in PSA 10. I picked it up. There's 3 Jordan cards from 1992 that are Topps and Topps Gold from that base set. I say that. There might be more than 3, but I think it's 3. There might be more, so don't quote me on that. But I didn't have this one, but I picked it up in a PSA 10, a gold. Not super cheap, but also didn't break the bank. I have this in a PSA 10 already. This is the 92 Panini foil sticker, and so I needed it in a PSA 8. So I have the 10 and the 8. I'm done. I can put that to bed. This is another sticker that people don't really know about. There's a bunch of Jordan stickers in that 1992 set, but nobody ever shows any except for this one. And this one's actually significantly more rare in slabs. It's been graded many, many fewer times by a large magnitude. And this one's obviously way off center, but this is, him holding the MVP trophy up. One of the MVP trophies that wasn't stolen from him by Karl Malone or Barkley. But that's just a little PSA 8 baby card, not a big card at all. I got the Topps 40 base PSA 8, which I needed. I can't remember, but I know I have the PSA 10 refractor, and I think I've got the PSA 10 base. I needed the PSA 8 base, and I need the PSA 8 refractor. I think all I'm missing is the PSA 8 refractor. That's the Topps 40. And then I know this one. You don't have this yet.
No, I do not.
I wish I'd have still had mine. I sold mine right before we started filming these episodes. I had an extra BGS 9.5 that I replaced with a PSA 10 because I collected the whole set. And I wish I'd have kept that 9.5 because I could have just put it on ice for you. I'd be happy to just sit on it because I bet you that card's running. In fact, we can look. I bet you anything that card's running.
Outside of the 86 Fleer, is that most iconic or Beam Team?
I'd say Star 101, 86 Fleer. 86 Fleer first by far, not even close. And then after that, probably the Star 101 XRC. And then, Scoring Kings and Beam Team. But Scoring Kings ahead of Beam Team. In my opinion, I think Scoring Kings ahead of Beam Team. I think Scoring Kings I think more people in their younger years or as young adults, like, sought this Scoring Kings card more so back then than they did the Star. Nowadays, obviously, value-wise, the Star blows this out of the water.
Right.
And so people, covet the Star more. But as far as just iconicism and nostalgia, I think a lot of people, that's the card. Like, that's the card that gives people 90s nostalgia. And it's unquestionably, I think, his best early Jordan insert. But I was wrong. It's not really running. It's up 3% or whatever. Last four are pretty flat. I bought mine for just under $5. And I think mine is, maybe I sold it. Maybe it's one of those sales. Hang on. Is there a PWCC Weekly in here? Yeah, that's mine right there. 33.60. So I lost
in February?
On it.
No.
What's that? You
didn't sell yours in February this year, right?
Yeah, but that means I sent it like in early January. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it just sat there or whatever. So I think I might have sold this privately, Zach. God, I can't remember, man. I just can't remember. I'd have to go look at my vault or whatever. But getting back to it, so I had to pick up the 8 because I have the 10, so I got that. Pick this up. This is the base PSA 8, extremely inexpensive with the big 4 on there. It's even got 3 on the back. It's got who the hell is that? Is that Brian Williams? Who the hell is that?
Save it for Pixley. Save it for Pixley.
I need to say that for Pixley. Is that Brian Williams, who later changed his name to Bison Dele? Who is that person? Why does it look like Tiger Woods is crying?
I don't know. I know the other.
Zach, I don't know who that is, dude. Am I nuts? Who in the hell is that guy? Or is this just a bad picture of somebody that I should know? I don't know who that is. It might just be some guy they pulled up from the crowd. But obviously, Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc, Ron Harper, Pippen, Jordan Robbins. Pretty cool card. Not to let the cat out of the bag, I am chasing at the moment this card, the PSA 10 refractor of this card, which is a banger, and that is not a cheap card. That's gonna push $5,000 based on the last comp, so that's gonna be a big card. This was pennies, nothing. Right. 1990 Fleer. This was for about a year and a half period, Zach, the most graded basketball card in the world. By PSA. So, Jim Rate does those reports. This was the card that everybody was pulling out of their parents' closets because they printed so many of them. And everybody was like, well, the PSA 10's $1,000. I may as well, everybody who doesn't know anything about cards, they're like, I've got 20 of them. I'm going to get, $20,000. No, they don't give 10s out like that. It's not that easy, dude. So, but yeah, just here, I'll even show you the pop on that card. Zach, is nuts, man.
Like Zion rookie PSA 10
not that
numbers?
nuts. Not that nuts. No, not that nuts. Nuts, but not that nuts. There you go. 5,950. 48,000 have been graded. So in that way, it is Zion print run type stuff. But, the gem rate's 12%. And a lot of those were probably graded way back when. The gem rate, since 2019 is probably 3% or something more likely. Right. But look, 23,000 PSA 9s. I picked up the PSA 8. So when I posted it, I think I posted pop 12,793, only 29,000 higher.
So, was that you for $8.27 there?
I don't know. But this card in PSA 8, let's go look at the price and see if we have it up. Yeah, we have it. Wow, it even goes worse than that. Somebody just bought it for $8.27. Just to put in perspective. I don't think I robbed that well. I got it in the PWCC Weekly, so that's mine right there, probably $15.60 or $14.40. I don't know, whichever. It's one of those. I guess we could look and compare.
Yeah, you got gouged, man.
Yeah, I got gouged, man. I paid double. 92 Stadium Club 210, just a base card. I actually didn't know I had this card because I had one in my vault, And PSA mislabeled it because if you look close down here, you see how it says Members Choice? I think the person who slabbed it or labeled it at PSA got confused and they thought that meant members only, or maybe they were just busy and they weren't paying attention. So my slab up here says members only, but it's not. It's just a base. That's just what they print on every one of the base cards. There's actually a members only, members choice. So they just screwed it up. So I've got one mislabeled and one labeled correctly. This I have in a PSA 10. Happy to get it in a PSA 8. I think this card's undervalued. It's not the rarest. It's not the most valuable. I like it, and it just makes me think of the Game of Thrones. You ever watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay, well, you need to stop recording right now. Let me finish the episode and start watching. Game of Thrones is great for if you didn't grow up like a D&D nerd like I did, playing nerdy fire sword games and stuff. I picked up this Class Axe base Jordan, terribly off center. That's why it's a PSA 8. Pretty cool card. Let's go quicker. With the coating, I had it without the coating. I needed it with the coating. PSA 8. That's just one of Jordan's finest base cards. Dynamic Dunks, love this card. That's an extra 8. So I think I've got now a 10 and 2 8s. I really like that. That's a card you need to look at in BGS 9.5. That would be a really cool one. One of his earliest inserts, 93 Skybox Premium, first year Skybox Premium is pretty cool. The 97 finest base with the coating right there. This is another Class Axe 8, but it's the refractor. So I got the base and the refractor in quick succession. I was probably doing the same search. Look how bad the centering on the back is. Yeah. Not good. Stackhouse. Centering on the front's not that horrible. The centering on the back is horrible. I love SPX. That was just a regular old SPX base card, but it looks special, doesn't it? It just looks. Yeah,
it does.
It just looks damn good, dude. Slam Cam. This one I had to pay for, so this is a real deal card. So I paid some real money for this card. The Jordan Magic PSA 10. I didn't realize I didn't have that card in a 10. I think I never picked it up because I think I sent like 12 of them in to PSA to get graded when I bought this raw collection a few years back, thinking one would get a 10. And, of course, PSA shut me out, man. They froze me out. So had to pick that up. That is from I can't remember who sent it. No, that's the card Zach sent to me. The nice gift that Zach sent. The Got Game Mosaic with Dame Lillard, who is absolutely on fire. And I will be watching it in New Orleans on Sunday. Can't wait to watch it in New Orleans on Sunday. Steel Slamming PSA 8. Again, a meaningful card. Not a cheap card, and even in PSA 8. I have it in PSA 10. So happy to add the PSA 8 to it. Good. Put that one to bed. Fleer Metals, kind of that precursor to Metal Universe. So I liked those a lot. I needed this in a 10. I had it in an 8. Picked it up in a 10. This I bought from a good somebody who subscribes to the show, a good friend, Townie, who watches the show, comments often. He's very engaged in the channel. He watches our episodes. He reached out to me and he price gouged me, and I let him do it. So, but I was like, look, when I saw it, I was like, the big issue, Zach, with this, with all finest refractors, is the greening effect. And this one, you can't hide the greening. And this one is beautiful, man. I think the coloring on this one is just absolutely fantastic. So many of them are hulking, and this one just looks awesome in my opinion. So I was happy.
Why did it get an 8?
I don't know. Just recent
cards
at
it looks really
PSA
good.
Just get crushed. Top to bottom centering is not perfect. It's thicker on top than the bottom. I don't know. It could be a surface issue. I mean, if you look over here on the end, you see that little white speck right there?
Yeah.
I'm around it with my cursor. It's hard to see, I know, but that might be it. I don't know. It's got to be a surface issue, but the greening was not an issue at all. And when you're looking at an 8, really the color is what I care the most about with an 8. Another refractor 8 right here, Bowman's Best. I'm going to go quicker. Another 8 Fast and Furious refractor. I've already got the 10. This is a Maximum Metal 8. I've already got the 10. This one I thought was just a really cool card. I've got another SP Extreme from a different year in PSA 10, which I really like. And I just thought this is just a freaking gorgeous looking card. I just really like that card with that Vortex kind of stuff in the background. There's actually a Jordan card called Vortex, which is actually a really difficult card to grade and difficult card to find. Another SPX, Hollow View Heroes. Finally got the 87 sticker PSA 8, which is not cheap, believe it or not. And then I got the other showstopper. So I got the base 8 and the refractor 8. So put that one to bed for my PSA 8 collection. Another Scoring Magnets 8. So I've got 2 8s, a 9.5, and a 10. The 9.5 I've got on hold for you. Okay.
Right. We talked about that.
Yep. And I picked this one up off center, but the coloring was great. Same deal. Centering is not good, especially on the back. It's real noticeable. Centering is not good on the front. It's noticeable, but I mean, you're buying PSA 8s and you're looking for color first and centering second. You know, if the centering was great and the color was great, it wouldn't be an 8. This card is overpriced. I bought the PSA 8.
I
And
haven't bought one yet for that reason. I don't think it's worth what it's at.
There's a lot of them out there. I get it that it's gorgeous. If you ask me to rank, you know, this card along with what other cards look like, it'd be very high on the list. But as far as where they're priced, this is one of the very rare occasions where I'll say I think this card's just way overpriced. I just do. I love it to death, but the card's overpriced. Full court trap, I think this is just another undervalued, off the radar, kind of like Warp Speed and Slick Silver. I think those inserts, while not the rarest in the world, I just think they really look awesome. I mean, how many cards have Jordan with a full goatee and the black uniform with the pinstripes, you know? And there's also a gold parallel version of this. I didn't know if you know that. The gold, this is kind of copper. It's kind of a copper script right here, copper foil. The gold is like a lighter yellow script, Michael Jordan full court trap at the bottom, and it's kind of a lighter color, so it's actually noticeably different parallel. Beam team members only, PSA 8, happy to pick that up. Second year Beam team. There's a Legacies 8 that I needed because I had the 10. Thrill Seekers 8, that's a big boy. That's an expensive card and a meaningful card. No matter what the grade is, the pack odds are just so good, so tough that you know the card's valuable. It's a lenticular surface. Still going. Full court fast break connection. I have the 10, which is actually pretty low pop card, and I needed the 8. This card's hard to grade. It's got 4 die cut corners, Zach, and it's gold foil on all 4 corners. Just a real card, and same thing on the back. Just a real hard card to grade. And there you go, right there. See the whitening right there on that rounded corner and on the top left? You see those? I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see them.
That's it, man. I mean, that's what makes the card hard to grade. Look, all 4 of those are white. Yeah. You know, even this one's white. I mean, it's just really hard to grade. So having a 10's, I like the 10. I think it's a good-looking card, too. 96 Fleer Total O. This is another card. I think it's overpriced. I think there's enough of them out there. It should not be as expensive as it is. The PSA 10 especially is a bear to wrestle with. And that's it. Just showing you a bunch of the stuff that I've done. All right, trivia question. Here's the trivia question. Zach, I'm screen sharing with you. Pull up your milk cap thing.
All right. Ooh, not that.
Here it is. This is Zach. This is all Zach's idea. This is not me. This is Zach deciding he wanted to give back to the channel. A 1995 Upper Deck Jordan number 3 Gem Mint 10 milk cap is being given away. Do we know the value? What is actually the value? Do we know?
I think it's like $35.
Okay, $35 giveaway here. Here's the trivia question. The first person to answer correctly below gets it. Okay, you got to get both answers right. It's a compound question. For those of you also from Louisiana watching who don't know what a compound question is, that means it has more than one part. So it's a 2-part question. We'll make it's where a caveman can understand it. What college did I attend and play basketball for, and what position did I play? You got to get both of them right. You got to get both of them right. Good luck Googling that because it was a really long time ago, pre-internet, number one, and it was not the biggest college in the world. I'll give you one hint. It was not Duke or North Carolina. There's the hint. There's the hint, Zach.
You didn't play for Coach K?
No. He wanted me, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. I don't like your system. I didn't like the recruits at my position, so I told Kay, absolutely not this time. I'm going to go take my talents to fill in the blank. So where did I play basketball and what position did I play? If you get both of those answers right in the same comment, Zach is going to ship this out from PWCC to you guys. So thank you, Zach, for giving that away. That is the first, I don't play games on this channel and like trick people into watching. That's the first giveaway ever, but it happened organically. It was your idea, and I think it's awesome. Yeah. I think it's really fun. And I think it's going to lead to us maybe doing a giveaway on all of our videos, and I'll give something away next week. You got my commitment. I am giving something away to somebody on the show next week. Okay. Not to get subscribers because it's not like it's going to go like wildfire. It's not going to be like an unopened box of 2003 Topps Chrome or anything, but I'll give something away. We're going to give something away because it's fun to do trivia. I love trivia. So anyway, that's it. Zach, anything else you can think of? Anything we forgot? Any questions? Any of those cards catch your eye or anything like that we looked at?
Yeah, a few of them, but I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm glad I looked at those.
We got to get you we got to get you that Topps Legacies over. Yeah. and then and maybe start putting pen to paper and put like a game plan together, because it could get overwhelming. I know your mind is probably spinning, and I know you're like me. You'll just jump on eBay and search Michael Jordan BGS 9.5, and then all hell breaks loose, right? And then we're like, oh shit, the card ladder here, PWCC here. Do I have this? How much is this? Where'd it go? Why'd it sell? And that's part of the fun of the hobby, man. It's freaking awesome. So that's it. That's another episode. Episode number 8, Jordan card collecting with Zach. Good luck to the trivia contest participants. Hopefully you're first, and congratulations in advance to whoever gets it. Zach will ship it out. Just get in touch with Zach on Instagram. He is Shop Card Addiction on Instagram. By the way, follow. If you're not on Instagram, get on. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm Cajun_cardboard. And if you're not following Zach, he is Shop, SHOP, Card Addiction on Instagram. So go follow us both on Instagram, and feel free to message us anytime. Always happy to help as much as I can. And if I don't have an answer, usually I can go find you one from somebody that's a lot smarter or knows the answer. So thank you guys for watching. Zach, get up in the sky, and you're trying to take me on an airplane at some point, but I'm not going to let you. I don't fly for pleasure. I fly for necessity. I'll be flying to Chicago for the National.
Okay.
Which you have to go to. You've got to go to that.
Yeah, I'm going to go to that, and I might be going to one in Dallas. The Collecticon isn't –
Dallas, there's one in Dallas this weekend.
Is there one in May?
There is a quarterly show in Dallas. In fact, I think it's more than quarterly because I think they do them in a couple different cities. But I might be wrong. I don't know. But I think you can go to DallasCardShow.com and look it up. I think that's the website. I'm not sure. Somebody can comment below and help us out. But I know there's one in Dallas this weekend. And when I say this weekend, I think March 10th weekend, 10th, 11th, 12th, I think. But if you go to one in Dallas, I have to figure out a way to get over there and meet you and walk the floor. That would be really fun. So let me know for sure if you do that. Okay. And then go. You need to go book your hotel. I couldn't get one anywhere near the convention center. I had to go 1.6 miles away.
Where, in Chicago?
Yep.
Okay.
So book it quick. And I'll get to introduce you to a lot of Jordan collectors when we get up there. All my Jordan buddies will be up there. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time.
They're all going to be over here, but you ain't freaking coming.
They are. I know. I'll have to live vicariously through you. So maybe I'll get you to take some footage and we can share it on the channel together.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see what happens. So I got bad news for you. You don't find deals on Jordan cards at shows. Contrary to popular belief, like dealers aren't giving those away. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.